All right, folks, welcome back to VALORANT low-elo Challengers Cup 2 Ascension. I am your host, REBL, and we've got two exciting matchups for you today. We get our first look at Group C with a matchup between ILH and Celestial Titans. Then we get our first look at Group D with a matchup between Ultralight Academy and the Excel Alter Ego. Joining me on the casting call for our first matchup today is going to be Fish. So, man, I got to know, how are you feeling about our returning players in ILH tonight?
Well, I'm a very, very big ILH fan, and I think they had a good deal of improvement just in the last cup alone, where I'm very excited to see where they've gone in this off-season.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. They had some good spots happening in Cup 1. So ILH, a team that we've seen, of course, here in this tournament. Now, they were shaky during their group stage run, 100%. It was resulting in their placement, actually, into the LCQ along with Operatives and Spectrum, right? And they barely squeezed into the playoffs by only taking down Spectrum in the LCQ and ultimately going down to Operatives as well. When they got into the playoffs, they won their first series against Revamp, but they couldn't play Map 3. That's the only reason they won that series, is because Revamp couldn't play it. And then immediately went down to Nexus in 2-0 fashion in the bottom bracket where they started coming out of that LCQ. So I'm looking for them to find their footing this time because, you know, they showed a little bit of improvement last time in the tournament. So I agree with you. I think we're going to see some good things here. Now, Celestial Titans, a team that we haven't seen yet in this tournament. Now, the only player I know on this team is Parks, who was actually the coach for Zeta all the way back during the VLE beta tournament for like 2 weeks. But that's really all I have to go off from this. What are you thinking about Celestial Titans here?
Well, just looking rank-wise, they're looking pretty good. Gold, plat, even some diamond players in Pillow Fort.
Yeah.
And that is significantly beating the ILH ranks.
100%, and I like that you brought it down to ranks as well, because when it comes to these matchups that we don't really have information to go off of, you think about the ranks, you think about the skill ceilings, you think about, all right, what do these players have to salvage, you know, out of it? I mean, Friday, we were looking at ranked stats from some of the players even coming into the tournament here. So I think that it's good to look at the angle from the ranks, because Celestial Titans does actually have some really good ranks on that team when you actually stack it up against ILH. So I actually think this is going to be somewhat of an even matchup. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think the experience from ILH might come through and make it a bit more even, but obviously with Celestial Titans just more likely having an aim at a rank advantage should give them a bit more advantage too.
You're absolutely right. I think there's advantages for both sides. ILH being people that have played in this tournament already. We've seen them before, and you know, so they have the prep coming into this. And then Celestial Titans, that rank advantage that they have. So I think that both of them have something good going on for them here. I think it'll definitely be a closer matchup than we had between Visualize and Minji, right? Because that one was a complete blowout, 13-6, 2 maps in a row. I think we're definitely going to see some thinner scorelines here. Do you think we go to a map 3 though?
I could see a map 3, but I think it's all going to be about this momentum in these first 2 games. So,
yeah.
But I don't, even without that, even if it's a level 2-0, I think it will be close.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think we're going to see some close score lines here. I think the first matchup that we had during Cup 1, correct me if I'm wrong, I think ILH was in that matchup, the first one that we had there, and it was a very close affair. It almost went to a map 3, but it was like 13-11 both maps or something like that. So hopefully they give us a banger this time around again, because they're in just as even of a matchup as they were last time starting off the tournament. So this is going to be a really exciting one. Really excited to see this. Now we have a player returning, multiple players actually from both of these teams, but I want to specifically focus on one, and we'll look at him before we get into the match shortly. But we have Walmart Bag returning. He's going by the name Cardison 445 now, but we've got Walmart Bag returning, who was actually a big star coming into the last tournament, and we talked about how his raise was just crazy, just his duelist in general. You know, he was, you know, shining really bright during that tournament. And do you think that we're going to see him on that duelist, or do you think we're going to see him on that initiator?
Well, I would almost hope we do see him on that duelist. His raise in the last one, you just said it, was absolutely fantastic. A Thorn in every team had to play them side.
Yep.
And he had the best aim. But still, if we see him on the initiator, he's still going to have some fantastic value. It just depends on who's swapping in for that duelist role.
Yep. You're absolutely right, and I think that during their playoffs run last time, it was Shizu that was in that duelist role, and then Walmart Bag took a bit of a backseat into that Initiator role, and I've actually found out that's his main, too, Initiator, which I would have never guessed coming out of it, and he played it very well. But I don't know what it is. Walmart Bag on Initiator reminds me of Ye on Initiator. Great player, nonetheless, but it's like, all right, you throw him on that Jet or that Raze, he's just popping off all over the place. So it's hopefully we do get to see that in this matchup here with this roster coming into it. Other than that, folks, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, VLE Challengers Cup 2, Day 2 starts now. To be a challenger, you must always be in flow state. And to become a champion, you must ascend. Travel the road from challenger to champion. Go beyond your comfort zone or fall. Over here toward the mid. From the shadows came through, but right now, Hoopa with such nice shots into the round, a fourth. Going through U-Haul, caught by the Cypher Trip, that's 3 hit. And right now, Ekro looking to push through. He gets 4 on the round. Knights gets too far ahead of it, but there it is. The spray transfer comes through. The operator's close range. Going for the next one, and there it is. Shots come through. It's enough to take the diffuser down. And right now, Mango's playing around it very well. He gets all of them. Jadico. Ooh, the spray transfer comes through, and that's 3 for Jadico. Store here. Shots are going to come through the lineup. Ooh, he gets the clutch. There it is. All right, folks, let's get into the map veto here. So we've got Celestial Titans, who has scored the Team A here. So they banned Bind, picked Lotus. We got Haven from ILH, and we got Sunset as a decider here. So Lotus was our first map in the map pool last time, and we talked about the comps. Last time we saw a breach from both teams as a solo initiator, which I don't think either of us were expecting. And so coming into this, I definitely expect it to look a lot different from both of these teams. I think ILH might play something a little more conventional, and Celestial, I don't know what to expect. But any predictions on that end?
Not really, I'm going to be honest. I would hope they would go for something a bit more basic and not like we saw yesterday. But it's a low-elo tournament, so we could be seeing something very, very funny.
Yeah, I think that... Yeah, I think Neon would be really cool here. I'm not sure if Walmart Bag plays the Neon. I expect to see him on the Raze, but I don't know. I think for Lotus especially on ILH, it makes sense for him to be on the Raze and then probably have like a Breach and a Fade to play around that, right? They'll have like an Omen and a Cypher or something to finish off a comp like that. That makes sense for me from an ILH perspective. But Celestial, not sure what to expect. Now, I know from Parks, I've seen him be a coach for maybe like 2 matches, so I don't have a lot to go off of. But from what it seemed like, Zeta also played comps that just like made sense back in the time that he was involved with them in the beta. So I also think that Celestial will play something a little less wacky than we saw in the Visualize versus Minji game here. Definitely probably a double initiator thing. Do you think that we're ever going to see that Omen Viper though? The double controller with the solo initiator?
You know, I think we could, but I don't think today's going to be the day. And I'm hoping I'm eating my words, because I do really like Viper in this map.
Yeah.
But
no, 100%.
It's a bit more hard to play around. It's a lot slower, a lot more methodical. It's not really what these teams are going to be going for.
Yeah. Agreed. And right before we hop into this first match, I want to talk about one player, and said I was going to bring him up before the match had started here, and it's Cardison445. Many of you know him as Walmart Bag from the last tournament here. So these stats were taken from the latest game that they played in VLEC on Icebox against Revamp that he actually played in. I think it was the last match that he played in for ILH during that last season. And he started off hot in the group stage as the player to really look out for, right? Very vibrant on that duelist role. But the performance has slowed down a little bit moving into the playoffs. He was their main duelist during the groups, and then he swapped to that initiator for Shizu in the playoffs as Shizu came in and played that duelist, the main duelist role. And I found out that he mains initiator, but I definitely expect him to switch back to this duelist. But looking at this game here, I mean, this stat line here, you know, 224 ACS, only 47 damage dealt per round. These are stats that just weren't indicative of his success during the group stage. And so I'm definitely seeing for him to have a hotter start here in this tournament.
I really do hope he has a hot start. He's a fantastic player. And
yeah.
When he gets going, he is going. I think he has some of the best clips just in the entire league as a whole.
Yep. I 100% agree. I think he's got some really good moments. He shows that mechanical prowess time and time again. We've said it so many times. He's got some nice moments, and you know, we saw some of that come out yesterday. And I think during the group stage last time, that was a big focal point for us. It's like, okay, who are the duelists that are just going to shine, right? And I'm definitely looking for Cardison here to be that player today in this matchup. So we're gonna get to see something really cool here from him.
I think we're getting into it soon. Just having a little bit of a technical pause.
Now, as we wait for the players to hop into the match here, real quick, I want to have a little bit of a foreshadow to this Haven before we get into Lotus here. Do you expect that on Haven we're going to see something similar to Lotus, like a double initiator comp, maybe the Sova Breach that's played everywhere? Or do you think we're really going to see something, maybe the Viper or something like that? You mentioned Viper on a Lotus. Do you think we might see that on Haven as well?
I don't think we're going to see the Viper, but the double initiator, I think we could definitely see that.
Yeah,
I'm
I totally
a big
agree.
Viper fan, but she's just not that good in Haven, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, Viper's insane. I think she's got some good stuff on Haven. I actually think otherwise. I've seen some really cool comps, especially the Loud comp was played a few times on Haven, and it found some really good success during its earlier times. I think in the current meta, though, you're probably right with the Sova Breach meta that we have going on. And a lot of teams also playing that Neon. We also have some really cool comps coming out, like the ISO Jet Sova pairing that's going on. We could see that as well today, actually, especially from ILH. I mean, they love playing very aggressive styles, right? Especially with Walmart Bag on the team. We could see that Jet ISO come out as well, so that would definitely be a treat.
Yeah, and just talking about the ISO, another combination is this Yoru ISO, used by Fnatic.
Yeah,
and
Yoru ISO.
That is what to watch. Just thinking of that roles-wise, could maybe see Walmart Bag or Kurdistan on that Yoru.
Yep.
Now that would be a banger.
It would be. What I love about that comp too is, I mean, you still got your flashes, right? But what's cool about that is you can have that Yoru, I mean, lurk. I think you and I talked about this on the Friday matches, is that you really have a lurking style in that Yoru, and that's exactly what CJ did as well, who was subbing in for Visualize that series. He played that Yoru on Lotus, and you saw him lurking a lot, looking for openings, looking for the holes in the defense, looking for spots to TP out. I'm not sure that that itself is indicative of Walmart Bag's style, but I definitely think that we could see another player, maybe one of their initiators playing that, because you see that Yoru coming into the initiator spot in some comps here and there. A lot of people are playing that Yoru maybe in a KO slot or a Gecko slot. Sometimes you see it on Bind, Lotus, so might even see it today.
Well, yeah, I think Yoru can almost be used as a lurker and as an initiator. So. Could be perfect for Walmart Bag.
Yeah. Here we are moving right into the agent select here for this matchup. So there it is. There's the raise immediately from Cardison. Exactly as expected. We've got the Killjoy here. Omen got the Gecko. So I think this is going to definitely be a double initiator comp from them. I don't expect to see the... I definitely don't expect to see a solo Gecko initiator. But on the side of Celestial, look at what they're hovering. That is the comp right there. I was seeing if we were going to get that Omen Viper KJ, and we did. Lovely.
Yeah, making me my words. Bring the Viper out and starting the attack. We're going to see some incredibly slow rounds where we just wait for Parks.
Yes.
And lurk up on here. Now, I play a bit of Viper myself. So... I know what to do, and I know it's quite hard to get value, especially if every single round these players, this Raid and this Fade and the Gecko, even the Omen are just taking his A main space. You really lose a lot of value with that. So I think that's going to be one of ILH's game plans. Take this A main space, work around it, maybe leave Jadico, the Omen, inserted.
Yep.
And play around from there.
Yeah, 100%. I think the comp that they're playing on the side of ILH, though, I think we saw something similar from Gentle Minions, if I remember correctly, last season. They had the Fade Gecko going on with that raise. So I'm excited to see what they do with this here against the Viper comp. I think what's cool about it is that, you know, you can get some really good fights through that Viper wall, right? You get that Fade Haunt and the Gecko Dizzy coming through to go for those fights, right? And you can recall that, right? The Dizzy, and then you've also got the cooldown from the Fade. So what I love about this double initiator comp is that you have a lot of access to this utility so many times during out the round, right? And so I think they're going to be able to play a very dynamic game on the side of this Defenders.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, but I think Jen might be having a bit of technical issues. Hopefully not. So what we can see from ILH in this free round, that we are seeing Killjoy set up a bit towards A with two anti-plant mollies. Right, he's choosing to hold down the C side. I'm assuming that's where the raise is going to go eventually, leaving A completely open for the retake. Me personally, I'm not really a too big fan of the strat. And yeah, raise is anything I'm going towards C.
Yeah, full retake here. I mean, I guess it's cool coming into it, right? Do something a little high risk, high reward, but the players are actually over towards A. This is going to be interesting. No Rebel fight. I'm expecting a Rebel fight. We may not get it. Nice. Looks like the players are all connected to the server here, ready to get into the action. So once we get our go here from the match moderator, we'll be ready to start here on this Lotus map.
Let's talk a bit more about these comps. I think ILH is instead planning to go towards C. And in my opinion, this is a huge, massive blunder. Because we can already see this Viper, it's been placed A, and you can see it in the pre-round. We already know that Viper is going to try and lurk A, so taking all the C saves shouldn't really be too much of a priority. This A main space, though, like I said, shuts down an entire agent and makes Viper basically playing with one molly and one smoke. And the rest of the value you can get from that is just with your aim.
Yeah, 100%. I think sniffing out that lurk early in the round is really good for just shutting it down late round.
Yeah, and taking the C main space, it's not like throwing. It's good to take all this control, it's just a bit hard to hold.
Yeah.
I actually think Neon is better for taking the C main space, so I think we might see a bit of an adaptation here soon. Maybe swapping the Raze back over to A and fighting for that with Killjoy holding on to.
Yep. All finally connected into the server here, so we're ready to get into this matchup here. I Love My Hose versus Celestial Titans, starting off here with Pistol. Now we see the spike over there down between A and B extremities for Celestial Titans, so it looks like they're trying to take this fight early and maybe go back and regroup for something a little bit later. And Pillow Fort, the Sheriff here on this pistol round on the Raze. And someone actually dropped him that because he was able to buy his Roomba too, so you see them putting a lot of trust into this Duelist player early on, and he does get value out of that with that first blood of the round.
There.
And right now, off the back of that very heavy C pressure, you see them already coming over towards A and looking for them to try to deal with this lurk. So far, Celestial Titans, very methodical about this. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Clearing through the tree, and pretty soon they're going to realize nobody's here on site to contest this space, and it's just a full retake scenario for ILH.
A retake being down in numbers, not really too good, so I'm favoring Celestial's Titans. Their chance into this round a lot, especially with this Viper is going to be very hard to push through, giving so many just multi-faceted lurks. But this Hecker's fight against Blood, which is going to lose out, and the retake's almost secured from that. We're just seeing a complete failure from the setup.
Wow. Nice 2 frags there with the Sheriff from Pillow Fort. Using the weapon very nicely here. And checking out Fredo on 15 HP in a classic in hand. 2 HP does take Pillow Fort down, but Parks with the immediate trade, and there it is for Celestial.
Cover going out.
Just want to highlight this Raze 1v1 as well. Pillow Fort already doing fantastically with the 3k. We saw at the start of the round. He's already one up against Kazan. It was Kartistan, I think, actually, but already you can see the tone for the rest of this match.
Yeah, this matchup is definitely going to be a really good one to look for. Cardi Stan versus Pillow Fort. A good way to start off the pistol. Now look, so he's already got the Vandal in hand here on second round, so Celestial Titans, very heavy prioritization into this Duelist. It makes sense just from what we've seen so far. Parks, same game plan here, showing that very early C pressure. Looking for any aggression over towards A. Calling it nice, slow, and methodically, and you called it out before this game actually started here, is when you have that Viper pick on this map, especially on attack, you're going to play it a little slower, and you're going to look for those opening picks in the early round and show pressure on both extremities of the map. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Screen going to go down. The Roomba comes through. Tetsuya does spot one there. The crossover towards REBL. That might be a call out there for the rest of ILH. Sees the fade. And you see them already here on the minimap. Starting to rotate over. Dark cover does come out to try to deny any sort of pushes, but Blue has been over here towards C mound the entire time, listening for rotations. Now, I'm not sure ILH was giving them that much information on these rotations, but Hecker, he's the one going to be pushed up here towards B and calling these out. And you see all of ILH rotating right now just based off that sound.
30 seconds left.
It's going to be a full 5v5 retake.
Again, we're just seeing how these slow rounds work out for them. They're playing the Viper perfectly. And Pillow Fort again came the one pick just through a smoke with the Bando. And his discipline from Celestial is looking so good in these rounds. I know it's just a round 2, but everything they're doing so far has been absolutely perfect.
Yeah. And this was, I think this is the kind of prep work we didn't quite see in that Visualize versus Minji game. I mean, what a very pleasant distinction that we have here. A lot of prep work from Celestial Titans here. They have a lot of synergy going into this. It looks like they really know how they want to play the tempo of these rounds. Now, I don't expect this to switch up too much soon. I mean, this default is working so well. With the Viper listening for that noise on A, looking for what fights that they're going to go for on the side of ILH, if they're going to give anything up. As I say that, it looks like they want to go for a full C stack here. But we still have got the KJ presence. Super passive hold for A this time. There's the Dizzy right over Waterfall to confirm the presence towards Mount. Orb is going to get grabbed, and this time it's a full commitment towards C. Showstopper does come through. And right now, nothing to be found on site. Is Ghost Town almost land on the Jadico there. They take her down to 43 HP, and Asgo already landing one off in that flank there, or the lurk rather. So he's going to come join the team, and I mean, it's just so textbook from Celestial Titans.
There we go, Walmart bag finally on the board. And the retake goes through. It's all on blue, take the first contact, he goes down, heck, a fantastic reset.
Remaining.
The pillow fort
Oh,
again.
wow.
Hey, who's got the snacks?
Incredible shots from Pillow Fort there. I mean, 9-1 so far, Fish. I mean, he's just shutting down Cardi Stan right now. I don't know.
I need to get this guy's aim lab routines. They're absolutely fantastic. But
That's what I'm
in
saying.
these rounds, I think we're seeing a bit of just the ILH structure just completely falling apart, choosing to go for these retakes, which really should not be the strategy. There's an advantage to having this Viper in the post plant. It's the molly that she has, and combined with the Killjoy molly, even the raise nade, if you can keep that, there's just so much post plant util.
Yeah.
And they really just.
That's a
haven't
beautiful
been able
thing.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get too much space in these mid rounds anyway. It's just forcing them to play retake.
So this round from Celestial Titans, it looks like we're getting a bit of the opposite of what we've been getting. And that's the aggression towards C, passive towards A. This time the aggression is towards A, passive C. They took immediate rubble control there with the raised double blast pack. And they're looking to regroup onto this B site. So this is where the conditioning comes into play. The IGL for Celestial Titans. Really good read on what they're presenting into the server right now against ILH. So they're starting to slowly condition them to not prioritize certain extremities over time. And Tetsuya caught out in the open there. Very awkward position to be playing with the judge, but not able to land one down, and that is a free site open for Celestial Titans, and Pillow Fort just killing two over towards the B site. I mean, he's just completely dismantling ILH right now. Jadico, all by her lonesome, goes down to blue there. And so far, it's just looking so flawless from Celestial Titans.
Celestial Titans falling and just falling, cooling. And just the mid-round, all the strategy, all the preparation is really showing off. And against ILH, a team which should be playing pretty well, not doing this. And I have to bring into question Walmart bag. Are we starting to see Washmart bag come back out? Currently 1-4 here. Or Pillow Fort on the other side, 12-1.
Washmart bag indeed right now. Here's our first Rebel fight, but Pillow Fort, again, just shutting it down. Just takes one down immediately through the smoke there, and you see the immediate regroup towards C. I mean, the IGL on the side of CLST just know the tempo that they're going for, and it is so decisive. Taking out the turret here. There's the entry coming into the C site there. Engagement still happening over towards A as that Rebel fight was persistent from both teams, but nonetheless, the pressure's over here towards C, and Tetsuya just getting caught out, coming through the smoke while the showstopper's in the hands of Pillow Fort. And I'm not entirely sure what the plan was there, but right now just two left on the side of ILH, and this is starting to make their economy look so dangerous.
Bomb buddy out.
One enemy remaining.
Bogey cute.
Who is this Pillow Fort guy? He's come out of nowhere. Losing the league and going 16-1 in 5 rounds.
Yeah, he's absolutely killing it.
He's got the team on his back, and even without him, I still think Celestials will be winning. It's the strategy and all the mid-round and all the cooling and all the preparation. It's been going down absolutely perfectly, and Pillow Fort, the spear tip of all of it, is doing well. I didn't even think ILH had too bad of a strategy last round. Finally pushing towards the A site, and this round choosing to fake it a bit with the raise nade. It's been good from them. But Pillow Fort, he's just been a bit better.
Yeah, I want to point something out here. Now, Pillow Fort, obviously incredible mechanics, but I just think the way that Celestial Titans are playing around him as well is just so good. It's enabling him to be able to take a lot of these duels, and that's something we didn't see from Visualize. And we talked about that time and time again, how Cooney was on a bit of an island almost all the time. They had the double initiator comp, too. Just wasn't enough resources being spent into the duelist there, and it looks like Pillowfort is playing around a really good system. And here we are as the hit comes over here towards the A site. Now, they've had 3 flankers on ILH this entire time, so they know that hit is coming towards A, and they're still persisting onto that flank. Nonetheless, Spike going to be planted here for Tree. And there it is, Hecker taking down the first point of the flank, so now they know the pressure's on. Thrash coming right on through. And there it is, the Nightmare from the fade. Thrash coming right on through. Does land onto Pillowfort, and right now, the Shorty doing too well around the choke point. And the kill's starting to come right on through, and it's just Parks left in a 1v2 situation. Nano Swarm to come through to stop him, and Tetsuya landing off the shot. And there it is, the first round conversion for ILH.
Well, Stanley makes me eat my words. Baby's not washed my bag. There was 3k to get back into the round and ILH on the scoreboard. And we're already just starting to see a bit of an adaptation there, and going for that 3-man flank, and it worked absolutely perfectly for them. So I'm actually really excited to see what Celestials they're gonna pull out here in response to it. For a prediction, looking like they're going to try and fight REBL. Of how their fighting's been going all game, I think it's a very, very good call.
Where are
And Hecker, first point of contact here on Mound, but the mosh pit didn't land very well. Actually gives them a pocket to play in here. They're trying to go through with the fight, but the counter paranoia comes right on through. It's gonna make it annoying here, but Wingman we try to assist him, but Jadico not able to do the damage. I'm surprised we didn't see that counter paranoia come through from Jadico there, just to assist Hecker.
Shadows traveling. I think that might just be a bit of a communication issue there. Maybe Jadico does not fully understanding his role in that fight.
Yeah.
What Jadico does understand is how to diff the best friend in the lobby.
Yep.
Done exactly that, and that's really bust down. And
Cardi stand. Yep. He's going for his first
Rosa
play here, but the aim got really shaky.
We're seeing it
30
up cool
seconds
here on
left.
Viper. The IGL and Parks in. A is completely open. Now if he falls asleep on the wheel. He's done that, but Chisa just not good enough to get the frag. And now we're seeing Celestials with the player advantage
Spike planted.
into a retake.
Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade.
And even with this new player in Chicken Alfredo, he's so worried about where Celestials could be. But now just clearing everything, it's now on blood. Take the fight against Jadico, which he will win. And Mr. Chicken Alfredo, in a 1v3 scenario, probably not going to be able to win it. Maybe let him go back to save, he can get this kill on blood. Say he's going to get seized. And we're seeing just a fantastic system there for Celestials. Parks taking the first contact, and Blood immediately ready to trade him if somehow he would fall. It's just fantastic fundamentals. And you can see the system Park is set up. I wonder if he was the Saints coach for a while.
Yeah. Fundamentals strong indeed, and because they have such strong fundamentals right now and they're just working, right, all of their defaults, they don't really have to show too much in this matchup here. ILH not really responding to the strong fundamentals of CLST very well, so coming into this very standard game. Omen TP up towards Stump there. Very standard protocols here. Looks like they're trying to make a go at playing this site. But the Nightmare comes through. He's going to have to get out of dodge here. No dances left to be made here on the site. Viper's pick comes right through from Parks on the side of Celestial Titans. And Chicken Alfredo left on the site with the Sheriff, but does land one down. And that's on the side of Pillowfort.
Spike planted.
So dulling the dagger of the side of Celestial. Asgo landing one down to get the trades for the Troubles. And the utility just coming through right now, the Viper's pit, where all the fights are happening. And so far, awkward engagement from both teams, but utility looks so damn good from Celestial Titans. Nothing too important lost so far. Gonna have to to swing into this one. 1 HP. Let's take one down. But Blue, with the Shrouded Step behind, going to take him down. And there it is. 7th round on the board for Celestial Titans.
Celestial Titans really running this momentum into the ground and securing an advantage for half, even if it all goes terribly wrong. And ILH managed to get 4 on the board. Still, going to be doing well. 7-5 half, not to scuff at. Being a bit more of a different side from Celestials. Choose to go a bit faster in these rounds. It's not really cool I like, especially with how well going slow has been going.
Cardi stand in here, that drop.
Look at Blue's position right now.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, it's the end club of that. We're seeing Wash my aim come back. Now we're seeing a full rotate over to the A site in Parks with a fantastic read, sending his entire team back to A while he stays inserted. Well, to wait to see.
Toxins going up. Alarm bot out. Placing swarm
Hideko.
grenade.
What's that timing there? Looking like he wanted to go for it. Now he does have a timing. Open the door. He's going to take this 1v1 against Parks.
There you go, Jadico.
Nothing happens. Not even a bit of damage. Now to taking sight in this molly. It would have been fantastic, but he just peeked a bit too much. Overstayed his welcome. And full, I think every single Celestial player is blind there.
Ooh!
And Jadico. Jadico made it scary then game 2. A little clap, this pillar 4 in the final 1v1. You can never doubt his aim. He's now 20-4. His rest of his team has 23 kills. And the ILH side, they also have 24. Just kills wise, it's pretty close if you don't count pillar 4.
I think it is definitely safe to say, though, that Pillow Fort has won the duelist battle here so far.
Well, our back shots are going down while Pillar Fort's rises. I think
Right now, we're starting to see that similar protocol from earlier in this game. Got the Viper passive over towards A. Very heavy pressure towards C, but this time the Killjoy on a much more aggressive affair here towards B. Almost caught out Tetsuya in the open there, but he's going to opt out of that one. Going for the peek here. Clearing anything they can, looking for these lurk rotations here. It's the same thing here. Blue as well, staying over towards Mound, listening for the rotations, listening for the noise. He's going to call that. And meanwhile, fight going over here towards Breakable Pillow Fort. The first blood of the round, and you start to see they're playing to that slow tempo again, but Asgo looking for the entry here. This time, Jadico was aware of the omen, staying towards C. It's a little overzealous there, but Asgo is looking for this, and he gets it. It's so methodical from them. Very well done. So Jadico going to try to be the hero here, but goes down to blood. And right now, Celestial forcing so many mistakes out of ILH right now. And this round looking irreparable, trying to go for it. Chicken Alfredo does look for something, but Pillow Fort with the showstopper to take him down. And that's a 9th round on the board for Celestial Titans.
Whatever happens, Sakin, don't panic.
this is either a life game
That for your aim.
or just Pillar 4 standard, because he's doing absolutely fantastic. I'm going to point him out every single time he does something, but 22-4 is completely insane. On the bright side, Jadico, he hasn't been playing too bad with this ILH roster. 7-9. Well, we can give about 5 of those deaths. Pillar 4.
Pillow Fort, first blood of the round. Second one, there's the third and the fourth. What a shot. Looking for the ace right now. Tetsuya over here towards Breakable. Pillow Fort's looking for it, and there's the ace. Oh my goodness. What a map from this guy so far.
Last round in the half.
Why not give him the ace? Playing fantastically. Now 27-4. And the LH players, they just seem more surprised, more shocked, and just respectful. Not seeing any toxicity. But just for the mental, I think they've already given up. Going 1-10. It's already pretty not too good for them. I really like Celestial's calling adaptions in these rounds. Starting up slow and now going high, realizing what they can just do to this ILH team. I love the strategy. And every single piece of the map they take is being with Yuto. We can see Blood, he's doing a fantastic initiating job right now. He's using those prowlers.
Last player standing.
But even with this team just has so many aimers.
Face your fear.
An 11-1.5, and we called it close game, and maybe we're completely wrong.
We were way wrong. Oh my goodness.
On the good side, Celestials, if they can win this quickly, there's not going to be that much footage for the rest of their teams, the teams in the rest of their group to go off. And Lotus look to be a fantastic map for them.
Yeah. I mean, just watching this map of Celestial Titan, I don't know if it's that ILH are just not doing very well or if Celestial's just really good, or both. I think it's just both. But I mean, can't find openings on the side of ILH, but Celestial Titans are definitely a force to reckon with in this tournament. Just from seeing what I've seen so far, strategically. There's some aggression coming out here on the pistol round. And Blue just doing all the work with the classics so far. I mean, ILH are just backed into a corner right now. One way coming through, and this REBL fight is so good. Pillow Fort, Sheriff in hand once again. That's one, almost two, but Tetsuya, it's a nice trade there. Jadico looking to grab the Sheriff, but there's too much to handle. Tetsuya with the Ghost pickup. Does take down Blue, but Blood with the immediate trade. And the fight just goes so well for Celestial Titans here at REBL. I mean, it's 12-1, match point.
You know, I like what you said there. I don't know if it's ILH being good, or ILH being bad, or Celestials being good. But I do really think that ILH, they're trying their hardest out here. I just think Celestials are that much levels ahead of them. They've had glimpses of being good, but you can't really do much when Pillar 4 is dropping 29.
Cover going out.
Actually, quite interesting.
Yeah, plus, I mean, the tip of the spear on the side of ILH is really dull right now, so that too, and just Parks gets away with that. Spamming the Stinger through the smoke. My Stinger doesn't do that. Goes for the reload out in the open and is still there. The rest of the team completely helping here on this site. And they go for the knife kill, and that is a flawless way to end off the map. Celestial Titans in dominant fashion.
Oh.
Wow.
If there was ever a way to give your debut map in a league, that is how. Pillar 4, 529 ACS, 29-6. He has more than double the second place in Parks, which is only 12-4. It's a fantastic game from him. And he's definitely one of the main reasons the Celestial won that map so dominantly.
Yeah, I mean, just the openings all over the place. 7 First Bloods, 529 ACS. I mean, there's like almost nothing else to extract from this other than Pillow Fort just popped off. And he was definitely set up very well by his team. I mean, there was incredible support from everyone there. I think the team play was also good. Not just the mechanical prowess of Pillow Fort, but the rest of the team has a very clear sense of team play. And I think that makes the structure of Celestial Titans really good, right? Because we talk about layers. And I think one of the teams that we talked about that have had some of the best layers in our tournament so far was Zeta, right? Looking at the last tournament, we talked about how Ekiro, incredible tip of the spear duelist, coming in, getting the frags for the team, but also incredible support with with Vortex on the back line, incredible player on the controller. And so looking at Celestial Titans, we see something very similar. Very layered squad. I mean, Blue was doing some work with the Classic there, 10 assists. Blood's got 11 assists. I mean, it's just textbook across the board. And with this many layers on a squad like this and that good of IGLing coming out from Parks, I mean, this is definitely a team that's looking for some pretty deep contention in this tournament. And you know, I actually got the pleasure of playing some ranked games here with Parks here, and I can just tell his mind in this game really works in a fascinating way to be able to lead these rounds and find success with his duelists and the rest of the squad, setting up everybody to get success across the board. Now ILH, I mean, what went wrong here, Fish? What went wrong?
That's what ILH has to be asking himself.
Yeah.
I think maybe it was just a bit of an aim issue. Maybe a bit more aim labs, a bit more warm up, and I would have loved to see just a bit more strategy coming out from the ILH team. Really needing to be able to shut down that Viper, and especially Pillar Fort. But even without him, I just felt like they played that comp absolutely fantastically. And that was a really, really hard way for ILH to find any weaknesses in it.
100%. Totally agreed. Now, folks, I mean, what a map here. We're so excited to get into the action for map 2 here, which I believe, what's map 2? It's Haven, right? I think we have a Haven map 2, yeah. All right, so Haven map 2. All right, folks, we're going to throw it to a 5-minute intermission here, but stick around. You won't want to miss map 2. All right, folks, welcome back. What a dominant first map there by Celestial Titans in 13-1 fashion, and beautiful calling there from Parks, and an even better performance from Pillow Fort. Now, Fish, we're throwing things over to Haven for our second map here. I don't know if we're going to see Jet, if we're going to see Raze, if we're going to see Neon, all very viable picks here on the map, even ISO, even Yoru. But, I mean, Pillow Fort is definitely someone we're going to be looking for. I mean, who told us that Aspas signed to Celestial Titans Esports? I mean, wow, what a performance.
No, you said it well. It's a fantastic performance. He's having the Aspas allegations thrown around.
Yeah. Go look at the stats here. I mean, we saw it on the final leaderboard coming out of the map, but just as a reminder, I mean, our MVP here being Pillow Fort, obviously, 529 ACS, 29 6-1, almost a 30 bomb, and just 7 first bloods. And now, so going into this Haven map, I'm looking to see them have a somewhat similar system here, right? Playing it a little slow, going for some explosive small micro scenarios here and there during the mid-round, and looking for those opening picks and leaning on this duelist a lot. And it's going to be really fun to watch just because I do think that we're going to see the Jet here come out from him. We're probably going to see a conventional comp, just judging off of, because we talked about this before the map veto here and before we got the series underway. Are we going to see something conventional or not? And we definitely did from Celestial Titans with the meta comp there on Lotus. I think we're definitely going to see that Sova Breach, Omen, Cypher, Jet here on the Haven map. But on the side of ILH, you know, we might see something a little different. You know, they showed us something different on Lotus than what we were expecting. But any predictions for that?
Oh, just with the momentum the Celestial Titans have, I think they could just completely steamroll ILH again. But just from comp perspective, I think we're going to see a bit more basic. Maybe just even the default comp here with the Sova, the Breach, the Jet, the Omen, and the, I can't remember, Killjoy. There we go. But just the Harbor, that's looking to be a bit different. Harbor, Viper, Cypher with Sky and Jet, and they've locked into that.
What?
Now, maybe trying to try something new, because, well, we did talk about the Viper in this Haven, actually, and I'm still not a big fan of it.
Remember that? I said Viper on Haven kind of cook, and they did it. You said you didn't like it, but they did it. Now, it's so in all seriousness, so this is similar to something we got from the Loud comp, right? With respect to the Cypher of the Killjoy, and of course we have the Jet there. So they're looking to play a quasi-Loud comp here on Haven. And then on the other side of ILH, we did get the Neon out from Kardistan. I remember we were questioning that, if we were going to get that. So 2 really cool comps here. I love it. I was not expecting that at all, Fish. Even though I wanted it, I just wasn't expecting it at all. Not in this matchup.
No, you're right. Didn't expect this. But it's going to be the way the Celestials play it out, and I hope they've really scrimmed this, because it's going to be very difficult to play with. There's one thing I wanted to mention. Has to go on the Cypher, not the Killjoy. Which, me personally, I believe Killjoy is a tiny bit better than Cypher in this map. But you can go either way. But in this comp, I feel like Killjoy would make so much more value. Because you can use the turret or the alarm bot to clear out areas that Cypher can't. And a fantastic bit of Killjoy on this map is this turret on the mid doors or the grass box, which you just can't get with Cypher. However, just a bit into this, we are going to see this default B wall coming out from the Viper, lining it across into sewer for a bit of a lurk, and helps take your B site. And again, I think they're going to go for the strat where they drop Pillow Fort, Sheriff.
Yeah. Have the raid boss out here.
He really is.
Now, one thing I do want to talk about with the Celestial Titans comp, though, is after the Sky nerfs, I wasn't a big fan of these solo Sky comps anymore. Now, we've seen them happen, but it is very, very rare. So I think they might have a little more trouble going for the same type of engagements they did with the solo Fade comp, but nonetheless, I mean, with Pillow Fort playing the way that he is, they'll find easy success.
Right.
Coming into this.
A little bit of B faking, they shred it perfectly. There's no one on scene, it's completely clear.
Yep. Yeah, and I love that from them. Very reminiscent of something that PRX loves to do. Just that quick B fake. Just the pointy rotations off of C. They're just going for it right here. Shield goes up, Spike gonna get planted, and it looks like they're gonna go for like a C-long play here now. Jadico is definitely a thorn in the side, or could be, but not gonna opt in for the flank here. Now the fight is coming here towards backside, and it's Blue taking those first opening engagements there onto the harbor. They do have that double controller, so you see one of them being a little more aggressive here. Hecker on top of the breach, trying to go for anything that he can, but they're both just gonna get caught out while Celestial Titans push the spawn.
Celestial Titans. It was just a fantastic goal from Parks. And the raid boss with the Sheriff and Pillowfort didn't even get any value. They only want to fall in the round, and they only want to not get a kill. Apart from Asco and Parks. But it's really just gonna set the stage for what we're expecting from Celestials in this half. Pillowfort's even allowed to go for the Vandal. We are gonna see a bit of a default here. Even a bit of an FPX buy.
Here.
Blue buying a Vandal to Pillowfort, however. Oh, he likes to go for the Ghost. Just a bit to talk about this FPX buy. Some of the people call it the M80 buy, or the TSM buy, I think. But it's where you would like to go for 3 rifles and say 2 guns from the pistol round, normally a Ghost. Talking this, Blue just spotted the head. Party stand, and as they're running, goes under sight, it's a stun, it's a hit. Pillowfort, bit of a whiff, but it doesn't matter if you can get the price like that. Jadico gets one more. And surprisingly, the buy is no weaker than it was earlier. Still 3 Vandals saved. And Pillowfort coming active again. Here's the 4K.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible round from him, as always. Yeah, it looked a little shaky there on the entry, but I mean, he got it done. Now, I thought he was actually going to get hit by that fault line from the breach there on the entry, but he just was able to manage to dance around it there and get the entry. And that's where that tip of the spear was more dangerous. Able to get 4 kills in that round.
You said it well. So importantly, with this FPX buy, we're seeing a fantastic buy for Celestials. I think they might actually spend more money into this round than ILH, even despite being on that bonus. I think we're going to see another fake here, already dipping away from C. Using all that rechargeable Uto. Only losing a dog and a Cascade.
Yep. And what we're seeing from Celestial Titans this round is very reminiscent of what we saw on that Lotus map. You see Parks over here towards the A extremity, looking for any noise while the rest of the pressure's over towards C, and even Pillowfort getting a first blood just from that fight alone. And after showing that C pressure, they're just coming and just regrouping over towards A. And so far, this is where you can see the congruencies, the parallels between the game plans here of Celestial Titans across the maps. They're going for that conditioning, those mid-round picks. Pillowfort going down to Cardi stand there towards mid, losing out on that fight this time for the Duelist, but nonetheless, the pressure does come over here towards A. 4 on both sides, so it's going to be a very even retake here. Despite getting planted for the default, they look like they want to flood into this one. First pick comes from Jadico towards Heaven, but the trades come through, and it's 2 of them at that. And right now, Tetsuya left by his Lonesome in a 1v2 here. Spike going to try to get planted here again. One way to get popped, but he gets ahead of it. He's looking up at the sky, but still gets the pick there. Tetsuya caught off guard.
Already seeing a huge advantage with this harbor like comp. And it's how well they can slow these retakes down. Viper, as you know, very hard to push through that wall, especially with the decay. And the same with the harbor wall, with the slowdown. But I let tech pause cold here. Unfortunately, Chicken Alfredo disconnecting. Just talking into this. Pillowfort, he's doing absolutely fantastically, but it's not the same heights. he had in the Lotus game. Maybe calming down a bit. Maybe that was just a fantastic life game from him. But Blue, 5-0 on this harbor right now.
Gotta go.
I think fantastically again.
I'm out of here. Gotta go. Go, go, go.
Also seeing a bit more of a different setup. ILH here, choosing to play almost retake B. But just Cypher using all his tricks for information. We've been letting him for a Bucky with his cage. Sitchin's outside C main. With camera. It's a very, very cheesy no buy here, but if it doesn't work out for them, he's stuck with a Bucky on a retake. At that point, you just die to Spike.
Yeah. That is a rough weapon to go into a retake with, especially on this map. Nonetheless, here, folks, looks like Chicken Alfredo had gotten disconnected here, so we're just waiting on an ETA from our match moderator on when we're going to get that player back in the server.
Not too sure, but I have a question to ask. While we wait. Would you rather retake an op or a Bucky?
I think... Well, it depends on the agent I'm playing. If I'm on Neon, I don't mind retaking with a Bucky.
What do you normally
But if
play,
it's
then?
Cypher, like it's Tetsuya, I'd rather probably... Actually, a Bucky still. Just throw the cages down, just run through them, and just get the Bucky kills.
Me personally, I'm up all the way. I trust my shots. Using the big gun. Talking about big stuff. Checking Alfredo. Reconnect back to the lobby. Just moving around now.
Let's go.
So,
Got him back. Oh, the timer's going. There we go. That's good news.
barely already into it. Does actually give ILH a bit of time to think. Like, to consider what they do, but without being able to talk to their coach. Which I don't actually think they have.
They have nowhere to hide.
Doesn't really matter too much. It's just the same setup here, and we're seeing Spike moving towards B. And the Celestial's doing all this faking, it's now just a hard hit onto the site.
And Pillow Fort at that top site control was looking for any entries here. Reckoning does come through towards A-Link, but they're not taking the fight there. Pillow Fort is actually looking for the counter aggression here from C-Link, and he does land two.
One enemy remaining.
And there's three, actually. Right through the wall there, and Cardi Stan looking to throw any aggression here. They're going to jump right through it. And Pillow Fort, and two of those kills were through the smokes. Check him, PC. And that's a flawless coming out from Celestial Titans.
This guy is really the commentator's cast here. So he's been doing a bit slower, and now he just got a 4K. Unfortunately, didn't get to see how that Bucky again to play. But we are seeing a very, very weird buy from the side of ILH. Checking out Fredo, often go for the hair rifle. Maybe not realizing the rest of his team is ecoing. And I'm now starting to think this guy is playing with hot comms. Oh no, he did sell at the end. See. Just talk back to the Celestials. Go a bit more just for his 4-man. Been using this Viper to get all the way up short.
In this time, immediately utilizing that there. You see the hit starting to come through. Trailblazer. Gonna force them off of the site here. That's all the information gathered. So this is a free plant here from Celestial Titans. Now, I do like the gameplay here for ILH, though, on the contrary. I think it's good that they're going for this full retake. They've got guns not in the advantage, so they're gonna have to stick together on this one. And so you see them just waiting for their team over here to come through. Tetsuya looking for anything over here from mid, but
There. I'm out.
right now, game plan very consistent with what we've seen in the mid-round. And Blue already taking one down. And that's doling the tip of the spear. Cardi stand shots labored, not able to land one down up there while it's not smoked off. And the rest of them, the bodies start to fall. Phantom does get recovered there, takes down the first, and there's a second. And right now, not too much time going into this. Gonna have to find it. The one way forces right on through it, takes down Parks, but with the time running down, he's gonna have to tap on it soon. But Pillow Fort taking him down, and that's Celestial Titans with number 5, and Cardi stand starting to come online though.
Well, if he can come online, give Pedal a bit of a run for his money, then it's a completely different story for ILH.
That goes
And they may be starting to get around this board. The 5-round drought for them. I don't think they've won a single round
here.
for at least 10, maybe 12 rounds, including Lotus.
Wave crashing. Shadows traveling.
Toxins going up.
It's starting to see this IG yelling for parts come out.
This way. Go, go, go.
And everything they do is so methodical. He's waiting for his team. He's calling this perfectly. And this fight out, even with the flash, it's ILH to get all the bodies.
That one enemy remaining. Spike down, C.
It's left Asgo. In a 3v1 scenario, with all the information, however. At least with a bit of use, they'll go into cage and the spam is going to happen. But it's a random spam, bit of a wall bang there, he's going to take him out. And ILH getting a round on the board.
Yeah, and I actually think that they had a really good setup over there towards C, with Hecker over in that corner, able to land off the stun, or the flash rather. They were able to take that fight through. Now, it didn't look so advantageous because a lot of bodies went down on the side of ILH, but nice conversion there from Jadico and Tetsuya respectively.
Now just choosing to do 5-man all the way through it. Just Asgo staying on this mid lock.
It's aggressive too. Look how far up he already is. Just completely walks up to garage just off the barrier here. Not even expecting some sort of blitz play here from ILH. And that's indicative of what Celestial Titans know about this squad coming into the series. You can tell they're playing around this very timid. Not a lot of advantageous micros being taken with this Breach Sova comp so far. No early pressure being taken, and Asgo just completely takes down Hecker on that lurk. And so you see the rest of the team rotating over there towards C. Chicken Alfredo left with the Odin here. Gonna try to be the wrench here for Asgo on this lurk, but so far, Celestial Titans know that it is a free C site right now.
I've got your trail.
But look at where Parks is. Oh, never mind. Asgo still looking for the picks here. That's 2 whiffs on the lurks alone. So it looks like they're going to opt to just go ahead and play with the team here. Nonetheless, retake's starting to get underway here. Cardistan here trying to take the fights towards garage. 2 bullets left in the chamber. And 3 to deal with on the other side. Gonna have to go for the reload meanwhile. Coming out of CT and the scaling starts. Tetsuya following the Aldrone right on through, but Blue punishing him down. The fight was so dry there in Pillow Fort, landing off the last 2. And there's a flawless for Celestial Titans.
I just think about it. Celestial Titans do really remind me a lot of Zeta. You can tell that with this IG yelling from Parks. Obviously, being the former coach does, he's managed to get that completely perfectly. I don't know if ILH actually ever played Zeta, so maybe they don't have experience with this type of system.
This time, mid-aggression coming through. And we talked about this last round. We weren't seeing enough utilization out of this comp in the early round. It looks like this round they want to go for it, but it's just not working out in their favor. Openings not able to find. But a Vandal does get recovered going into this one. Hecker landing one with the Bulldog. And right now it's starting to look advantageous. Asgo looking to additionally shut this down, but look at how far they are up on all the other extremities though. Parks all the way through A. And Pillow Fort literally behind them in garage right now. Looking for the pick there, and he does grab it. Cardistan gonna have to be aware of this now, but it's a free A site. The Celestial Titans do so good in rounds like this. These awkward rounds to find those holes in the defense. And they just immediately take advantage of that too. And Pillow Fort looking to take the last 2 down here. Not much that can be salvaged out of this round. They're gonna need this pick if it's anything. There's still a chance, but I mean, he's on such low HP. Cardistan Chicken Alfredo looking for the trade, but Pillow Fort does take him down on the rotation, and that's 7 on the board for Celestial Titans.
Pillar is 15-3, so I mean, absolutely fantastic game here.
Yeah.
ILH can't really say the same. Chicken Alfredo still yet to get a kill on this board. 0-8, dying every single round. Look at this coup from Parksville. He's read the A site. It's going to be completely open, but I think they might
Right there.
go for fake here. But they're bringing the spike up, so I actually pretty doubt it. There we go, check out Freddy, he gets the board. Benefort trades one back from Hacker though. Smoke just missed a window. Oh, checking out Freddy, wait. He's firing up here, but Pillowfort, he's done the same. Another 2 frags for him.
Planted.
But going down, and now it's just a retake situation here. With this Harbor and this Viper still up, it's gonna be so hard, but there goes the Viper down. Now it's Kai's done. Omar,
Remaining.
get another one.
Out of charges.
And JJ goes to come back. I'm seeing almost hero plays here from ILH, but it's still won the round. Picking off Fredo with the 2.
Thrifty.
And Kai's standing with the 1 more.
Well, that was embarrassing.
Kind of
Is it
thrifty at that one.
thrifty?
I mean, they already have more rounds than they did on map 1, so maybe some silver lining here.
Bit of an improvement, a bit more of a silver lighting. 5 ults to come to this round with.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they're going to be playing just for an A fight. Trying to really pick off Parks. But the rest of the team is going towards C. And Tessa doesn't have enough time to sub completely. He's been very unhappy with it. That trip even too high and having to waste time replacing the garage. He's hearing all this detail, but he's deciding to peek. Gets one on Parks.
Oh my goodness.
Cage triggered.
Bit of bad timing there, but he's sitting the wet live. 27 HP and getting flashed. God hasn't seen him.
What?
Good dude, gets another.
That was too good. Pillow Fort looking to get really aggressive here with the Blade Storm. Does land the first one on the Cardi stand and the second onto Hecker with a nice shot there.
Exactly where.
Chicken Alfredo and Jadico left here by their lonesomes on the flank, but there are 3 on the other side, but one of those is Pillow Fort, so tall task at hand that is. And the High Tide coming right on through to block any vision lines here. So much stall power here with the controller and that Sentinel respectively. They're just going to have to save into this. Nice recon.
Oh. I think it was supposed to turn back sight.
Oh, Pillow's gonna try to chase these down.
They can hear it though, right?
Oh my goodness. Just Pillow Fort with 4 on the round and just takes him
I
down.
hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team. So,
That is
we'll plan.
completely insane from Pillowfort being able to get 2 there. But for the rest of it, it's not too good for the side of ILH. Not even the hero of Tez Sawyer getting 2 there. He completely positioned. A complete terrible position we definitely shouldn't have.
Keep up.
Still. You don't mind to convert the round out. Now we're seeing a bit of an eco buy.
Here we go.
We were seeing a dart. Which he's thrown on top of B and has landed in T spot. If there's ever a round to pull a set strat like that, this is it.
Yeah.
And it's a good advantage.
Beat
And one of the big problems, but they're fighting through CT, but Pillowfort, he's able to get 2. And Hacker getting caught in that reload there. It's now him to fight through blood. It's gonna wallbang headshot, but unfortunately, not gonna be able to get through the frag.
Yeah, as you said, I like the idea of pulling out that set strat, going for that mid aggression. I mean, and they did it the last 2 rounds, though, so at some point it starts to get repetitive, and we talked about this on Lotus. Celestial Titans have a really good idea of conditioning, so, I mean, there's not much you can do when you run the same thing back-to-back, so ILH's going to have to get a different look going into this one. And, you know, if they really want this map to look feasible, they're going to have to get this 3rd.
Yeah, I think the way you get this third is just immediately trying to shut down Pillowfort.
Yeah.
And I think Hecker, he's going to have to be the man to take that down. I know he's not having the greatest game 2-11, but I don't think Pillow Fort's good enough to get about 5 kills completely stunned and flashed up. However, he is 10's reborn.
Right here.
I'm not too sure about that. But early damage, trying to go onto the C site, and the Seeker's popped. Still not outside yet, taking a Freya knows that. Darting at the perfect time, this scanned one.
Spike
I think
planted.
the wall just a bit messed it up there, maybe a smoke. Can stand pushing at the wall in blue, he's got one, it's just bodies after bodies. Dropping for ILH. And it's rounds after rounds that are being
Switching
gifted
sides.
Celestial. A 2-10.5. And still, that's better than what they got at Lotus. Celestial clearly practiced with this comp quite a bit. A little set strat trying to take A is being played here.
Yes, this should do.
I mean, if they want to make this look even remotely possible, this pistol's got to be converted here. If they don't get this pistol, I don't see them coming back into the series at all. Here it is, ILH. 5-stack over towards the C site, and this is where Parks is parked. It just gets completely taken aback by the tripwire there. Kardistan shut down on the entry. As they come into this one, it looks like a flood retake already going to come through here from Celestial Titans. Blue landing one down, going to push over towards Logs there and is still able to get one from that position. What a kill. Jadico left by her lonesome, but taken down by Pillow Fort. And the teamwork is just so good from Celestial Titans. So coordinated, so textbook. And the utility is so layered.
What a round for Celestial Titans, you said it there. Textbook, layered. There's all these nice adjectives here. Celestial haven't actually dropped a pistol round, which when they've only dropped 3 rounds isn't too surprising. But if you're looking for this from the other side of the brackets, if you're operatives or if you're RMP, you might just be a tiny bit worried about that. I'm sure there is some RMP or operative players watching this. They do like to stay informed, stay anti-scratting.
Yeah, and there's already so many here on the side of Celestial Titans waiting to shut this down here in that orb. Over towards short, but Paranoia comes right on through. Kardistan going for the sentry, but look at the utility from CLST right now. I mean, it's just high tide and cascade everywhere. And there it is. The flashpoint comes out in such good fashion. What a nice response there from ILH to all of the utility there onto the site. And right now, it only leaves 2 left standing for the side of Celestial Titans, but Parks landing the first one off nicely. Asgo with the Ares in hand. This is definitely a very convertible round here. Right now, looking to do the damage with the Outlaw.
Last player standing.
Let's throw down the snake bite there for any hell aggression. Does get the first, can't get the second though. Jadico to land it down, and there's a third on the board there from ILH. And what a good second round response as well.
My quiver is never full.
Well, that's the 3rd round. ILH on the board and now having the economy advantage. And I've seen some comebacks start from 3-11 down. Not on this map, but I think we all know what I'm talking about. I almost hope ILH come back. It'll be an absolute fantastic match.
Yeah. That'd be a dream and a half come true for ILH and any fans for ILH here. Once again, that high tide coming right on through to just delay this push. As you see, it's over here towards A again. After shot clearing out that right side corner, Kardistan with the high gear towards back sight, but you see all of CLST is here. And already the Sheriff of Blood landing onto 2. Pillow Fort to follow it up even more, and Hecker going down there towards Long. And I mean, the Flood is just so good. There's nothing ILH can do to react to that.
It's Celestial Yuto. This harbor made it so easy for him just to walk on site. And into the positioning from Flood with that Sheriff.
I'm flexible.
Getting the 2k and there's a 50. And now ILH going to be pulling whatever they can out of the hat. Maybe a nice little stretch strat, but even with that, money is not there. And Odin put up Chicken Alfredo and he's the richest on his team. 2,000 left in his bag.
Okay. No sure.
I think we're going to see a Walmart bag of terror here. If ILH has any chance to get back in this half. Maybe even back in the game.
And once again, looking for that opening pick off the back of the trap wire. It is match point, so some kills are going to have to happen here. But as I say that, all the bodies fall for the side of ILH and Jadico for the last one. 13-3, dominant fashion, and a beautiful victory for Celestial Titan. What a way to start this tournament for this team. I mean, this was a bigger blowout than the Visualize Minji game. This is insane.
What a debut from Celestials though.
Yep.
26 for 4. They're really gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. I mean, they're putting up Zeta numbers right now in the score line and in the stat line of the players. I mean, Pillowfort is just the person to look out for in this tournament in that duelist role. And I mean, Parks, definitely an IGL to look after too, right? We might not see some crazy big performances from him on the stat lines, but I mean, the performance as a leader in the server and just seeing, you know, these mid rounds really come to fruition is really nice, really a treat to watch. I'm a newfound Sentinels or Celestial Titans fan here for sure.
Yeah, Celestial Titans, they're really growing on me. Especially Pillowfort. I like his name, I like Parks' IGLing too.
Mm-hmm.
Still, haha, I'll always be a ILH fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Cardi Stan had a hard time, and we did talk about this before we got into the matchup here. Looking at some of Cardi Stan's stats from the last game that they played here in this very tournament. And they started off really hot in that group stage, but they started to slow down a lot moving into that playoffs, and we're still seeing that slow performance though. I mean, he had some moments there where he did pop off, showed some of the mechanics, you know, really vibrant there in the server, but I mean, it was so slow from him throughout the series. Now, do you think that's indicative of the lack of a system, or do you think that's just a performance issue? Because, I mean, I did see some whiffed shots here and there, but I mean, he's still got it. I saw some good moments from him, but, you know, maybe the utility wasn't enough around him. Where do you think they were really falling in that regard?
I think he just didn't have the best of games, and we know ILH, they had a problem in the last cup, just with their initiator and the utility usage not being able to set him up properly.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had that, he did absolutely fantastically. But
yeah,
he just didn't really perform to what we expected that from him. And I'm wondering, is that the system around him? Is that him? Or maybe even was that just Celestials being actually fantastic for that game?
Yeah, you're totally right. I think that when you talk about the initiators around him, I think that ILH have a very similar predicament that Visualize have, right? Is like, I mean, Cooney on Visualize, insane duelist player. We've seen some incredible dry fights from him, but that's the problem. That's the very problem, dry fights, right? And I think that Cardi Stan is going through a lot of the similar things. I mean, we saw some good mid fights there, right? We saw, you know, they had the breach stuns, they had the Sova, and they were really trying to get him set up, especially when he had that round with the overdrive, right? But I mean, still, just from a micro perspective, it's not consistent enough. There's not enough that they're doing around him to really capitalize even higher off of what he was doing here, especially on Lotus. We saw the same thing happen on Lotus on the Raze pick there, and we saw a better system built around the player of Pillowfort. And so I'm looking to see ILH go back to the drawing board, maybe watch some VODs, think about it, go back to the drawing board and think about what they can do to set themselves up around Cardistan a little more and get a little more value out of them.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But I don't think we're going to see ILH play until a bit of a while.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit, which is actually a good thing for them because it means they have a pretty good amount of time to prepare for it.
Yeah, November 3rd. It's going to be them against the RPG or Operatives. You can make your predictions about that, but
Actually, if we see operatives against them, which I mean we might, my prediction for that match is RPG takes that one every day of the week. But if we see operatives ILH, I mean that's exactly what we saw in the LCQ, the last chance qualifier last season, right? And operatives completely blew them out of the water. So, you know, we might see that again. I don't know. Just from the form I'm seeing in ILH right now, operatives could just take them down again. But I got a little bit of scrim bucks into operatives, and I heard that they're not performing too hot right now. Still trying to find their footing. But nonetheless, I think that matchup, maybe. We said this one was going to be close, and we were very wrong. It was actually a bigger blowout than the last one. But, you know, maybe that one actually might be close. The operatives and ILH match, for sure.
yeah, but can't really count operatives out. Maybe they could get an upset against the RPG, but I'll give some string bucks about them. They have been performing quite well, and against good teams. Just put your bets on our RMP to win, in my opinion.
Yeah. An RPG, that is. And folks, with that, without further ado, we're ready to get into the second matchup, but it is not until later at 9 p.m. EST. And it's going to be Ultralight versus EXL Alter Ego. We'll see you on the other side.